Welcome back. It's time for more Dark Souls 2. And if you might notice, that door over there, that looks like an eye above the door. How odd. Ooh. So that's a neat little introduction. But here you have it. The frozen place. And there we have a boss. However, if we try to fight the boss right now, it will be invisible until we get what's over there. So we need to get that thing. So isn't that neat? That is actually kind of neat that you have your goal shown to you right at the start of the stage. I suppose. But I'm not sure if it actually tells you. You gotta be able to see what in order to beat this boss. I'm not sure if it tells you that. But either way, when you find something that is that unbeatable, you usually try to find some other way to beat it in these games. At least sometimes. When it's that unbeatable. But anyway, these are just some regular soldier fellows. 4 radiant life gems. Yay. I am filled with life and gems. Incredible AI. Very incredible. There's a thing that we can't lift because the lever is destroyed. So I suppose we will be back later. These ladies wake up once all the snow is gone. And I think that happens after you beat the first boss of the area, maybe. Either way, it's good to start killing them now, because we might have to run through this area several times. And the more you kill them, the less they will appear. At least if you kill them enough times. But we probably won't get that far into having to run back over and over and over. Anyway, these enemies are very easy. This is the last DLC that came out for Dark Souls 2, and yet the enemies are as easy as ever. Possibly even easier than ever, until you get the witches, the witch ladies, woken up. That is. You have to be precariously close to that ledge, the edge of the ledge, in order to get that item. Some items are blocked by these huge ice things, ice rocks. They look like big rocks of ice. I suppose you could say miniature glaciers. If that's accurate. You can't beat me, I'm level 200. But you can hurt me, however. In more than just my body, in my spirit. I don't think you can backstab this guy because he has crystals in his back. And he's like slightly bigger than the other guys. Looking for an item. Is there an item? No. There is a lady, however. And we of course kill women around these parts. I think that's it for this little zone. There's a sword man and there's a magic man. Good thing I have infinite stamina. At least where Dark Souls 2 is concerned. A very large amount of stamina for a very large individual. I forget if I made my character male or female. I believe it's a male, because that is what I am. But who knows? It has been quite a while since the beginning of the game. That's something we'll get to much later. You can see a very little bitty snowball on top of that hill over there. That snow hill. You just keep on firing up there. Maybe one day you'll hit me. I wonder why such late game enemies give you so little souls. I mean, that one gave me 1,000, but that's only because of my souls boosters. Fall dead now. So door we can go into, and enemies we can defeat. It's odd to have so many boxes in here. I guess it's like a graphical prowess type thing in this PS3 DLC for PS3 games. Because that's how old Dark Souls 2 is. It's 13 years old. And that was on a PS3. Wait, no, it's 12 years old. 2014. And then Bloodborne was a year later, and Dark Souls 3 was another year after that. They just inundated everyone with tons of Dark Souls games all at once. Could have become a yearly franchise if they wanted it to be. These guys are all crystals and they can get backstabbed, but the guys with crystals on their back and nowhere else, they can't get backstabbed. What's up with that, game developers? Woo! Fall damage. Damage me from falling. Monastery charm. Yay, more healing items. Dark clutch ring. Clutch the dark inside you. What does dark clutch ring do? There's too many rings. Why are there so many rings? Increases dark attack. Yay. I sure use dark attacks a whole lot. I don't, that's the joke, haha. But anyway, that's what was up there. Just two little chests that we can't open because they're covered in ice. That... Okay, so... There are no hinges on that door. I'm gonna look at that closer. Okay. Come on, man. Come on, man. There you go. So, this door, you can see the gaps around the door. So it's not connected to the wall at all. It just... And it doesn't even have any hinges. It's kind of just placed inside of this neat-looking piece of wall art. This door frame art. And what? Why is the door not connected to the door frame? How on earth was this game created? In order for that to happen. Doors not connected to their frames properly. They had to have rushed a lot of this game. Even when they got to the DLCs. And I feel like they rushed Dark Souls 3 just as much, because it only came out 2 years after, and only 1 year after Bloodborne. Bloodborne makes a little more sense of how it came out so quickly, because it was being made like in tandem with Dark Souls 2, but Dark Souls 3 makes less sense as to how it came out so quickly. I guess they were developing like 3 Dark Souls-like games at the same time. Bloodborne, however, they had Japan Studio helping them, which is now no longer around, but I guess Japan Studio made a good amount of Bloodborne. But still, Dark Souls 3, how was that made so quickly? I just feel like Dark Souls 3 was very rushed, just like this game was. But people don't really acknowledge just how rushed it was. But we'll get to that in Dark Souls 3. Once I get to that game. But for now we got a new helmet. The Bell helmet. Where is it, Bell? Oh, Bell, where are you? Old Bell helmet. One thing that's neat about this is that if you get shot with an arrow in the head, it will deal no damage to you. So that's kind of neat, but also kind of useless, because how often are you shot in the head with an arrow? I'm gonna say not very often. You can't light these, but you need to light these in order to get through the door, but you can't light them now, because the snow will put out your torches. Because I guess that's just how thick the snow is. It's magic snow, made by magic people. Magic cursed people. How many souls do I need to level up? I need a lot more. Someone behind me? No. That attack landed a lot later than it should have. It landed like a second later than it should have. Just about. I don't know why they made this DLC, at least these enemies in this DLC, so easy compared to most of the enemies in the series, and just this game's DLCs and other areas. I mean, most of them you can just backstab like this very easily. Whenever I attack them, they make a little whip sound. Ring of the Embedded. This one is kind of interesting, if I can find it. There it is, it's a chain. They use this exact same chain in Dark Souls 3 for another ring, but anyway, gain surprises, but take increased damage. What does it mean by gain surprises? What it means is that it increases those stats. If I hold, well, nope, that's not the right button. Hold on. It increases... Okay, which button is it to get information? It's that button. Playing on PC. So, it increases your HP your stamina and your equip load, but you take more damage. And the way that they decide to convey that to you is gain surprises. This isn't much of a surprise, is it? It's just a couple more levels in a couple of your stats. Silly game developers. Oh yeah, they're respawned. Item. Dark Dance spell. I do not spell very well. At least in this playthrough, because I'm not a spell man. A spellomancer. I think there was a chest there in the original release of the game, but I might be mistaken. These guys are big and huge and big, but they still go down stupidly easily. Anyway, I suppose you could take out all of the witch ladies, the sorceresses, before you get the thing that removes the snow. But it would take a long time. So I'm not doing it that way. I'd rather do it the more interesting way. So much damage. That over there is a door you need a key to, but there's a bonfire in there somewhere. There it is. And then that coffin takes you to the worst area in the entire game. Possibly the worst area besides Shrine of Amana. It's a close second, however. Very close second. You know, now I wonder, is Shrine of Amana the worst area, or is it the area where you realize all of the flaws with the game? Because it's so late in the game. That one's a mimic. You see how you can tell it's a mimic? Because it's doing the jump at you attack that mimics do. But yeah, is Shrine of Amana the worst area? It might be. Or is that just where everyone realizes all of the biggest flaws of Dark Souls 2? There are invisible enemies here, by the way, that try to use these against you. Oh, enemy! There he is. And I think there's another one in front of this one. Yep. Invisible. Because it's like, oh look, I got the items, but then you were killed by the ballista. That's frozen, so gotta come back for that. The many, many things you need to backtrack for. Like this chest. Always something. Always another something thing. Door not locked. But enemy. Oh. Now we can lift all that scrap from down below. And then there is a shortcut that opens up from like the beginning of the zone to that one point on the bridge. Hello there. These guys are neat looking, but man, they're taken down so easily. If only they actually did something instead of nothing. Here's a ladder that you're supposed to see later, but you can just interact with it now, which might be a programming error. They might have expected you to not be able to do that, is what I'm saying. But then they just never programmed in the thing that says you shouldn't be able to do that. Splintering lightning spear. It's a lightning spear that splinters, you see. Why are you not attacking me? That was a lot of damage for a little bite. Okay, I see how it is. Stupid nonsense amount of damage. If a dog just slightly swipes at you or bites at you, then that should not take down your, like, a tenth of your health bar. That's silly. That's very silly. Chest? No chest. But kind of a chest. Get item from chest, but what kind? Human or not human? Those textures are kind of odd. Hold on, enemy, I'm looking at the environment here. But look at that, how those textures of that bridge, the bottom part of the bridge, and that plateau, they just don't meld into the environment at all. It's like it was just placed inside of the environment, and then they just did nothing after that. There's no shadows around it, there's no trying to make the snow blend into the bigger structure. Kind of feels like the ground is one big PNG file. Kinda. Maybe it is. But anyway. Graphical oddities aside. Crimson water, I think that might be another healing thing.
No one must ever find that which is sheltered in the layer noise.
I'm gonna find it. I'm the finder guy. Grab that little item, the Eye of the Priestess. And now you can see everything that was invisible before. Yay! Including this guy. He was invisible, like the guys on the bridge. The guys with the ballistas. But now he is not invisible. He is quite visible, you could say. And for some reason he's wearing like Oscar's armor from Dark Souls 1. Who knows why? I don't know why, do you? Fog wall, but not a boss wall. Now she's awake, is she? Just always kill that lady. Always. Every single time. Because we don't like magic ladies around here. But also because she will always try to shoot at you. Lever, or is it lever? It's lever. You freak. There should be tons of big enemies in these parts. But I guess they're frozen today. You walk into a room and you have 3 enemies shooting things at you. Incredible. And, of course, they're high damage enemies, too. What other way would you have it? Movement is not very good in this game. If you're going to have highly damaging enemies like this, moving as quickly as they do, you need to have better movement. But I guess they never thought about that, because they didn't have brain power. Barrels? Barrels? Destroy barrels, for they are wood, and we can make a fire with wood. Why is that like that? More graphic discussion. Why is that like that? Holy Knight Orheim. Good to meet you, sir. But why does that stick out like that? Why were the stairs made so that they so that they go into this thing that's jutting out on the wall? Goofy stairs, goofy wall stick out thing. It's little things like that that make me go like, why? Brain hurt brain. I hit the dodge button, but who cares about dodging nowadays? You didn't mean to hit the dodge button, did you? That guy who spawned in, he is hiding as a barrel somewhere. Possibly here, possibly there, possibly over here. He's basically a tutorial on how to use the mimicry items that you can get literally in that chest over there. Like Look players, you can hide out as random objects in the environment, but not of your choosing, not the objects that you choose to hide out as. It's just kind of like in different areas, you're given different objects that you can hide as, and it automatically chooses which object it is. 10 silver talismans, because they really want you to use that feature. I guess I had other ones from earlier in the game. Oh yeah. I'm a random pillar that wasn't there before, just running around. This is actually kind of hilarious, just playing the game as a random object. But anyway, onto boss fight territory. Probably should have healed up my item beforehand, but whatever. Come here, kitty. Big tiger. Okay. Okay. Yeah, Big tiger, big swiping attacks. Runs away a lot, so you can barely hurt it. Probably should switch to my hammer. But who spikes in the ground. Random magic blast attack. Okay, I was rolling. I was literally rolling. You could see me rolling. They see me rolling. They hating. Yeah, I knew I was gonna die there because this stupid, huge monster is way too fast for its own good. Bad boss design. You make a huge monster, you make it too fast. And you make it deal stupid amounts of damage at the same time. All complaints that are very similar to the Bed of Chaos. But obviously this is not as bad as the Bed of Chaos. Probably. Let me see how well my other weapon does. Still not rolling that well. Where's the weight? 45%. How low does it have to be for the fast roll? I wonder. I wonder as I wonder. Now to get back my 80,000 souls. Wherever they were. They were around there. That exact position. That is a lot of stamina damage. That's pretty much the entire stamina bar. Okay, okay, uh-huh. Will you stand back and let me heal for a little bit, please? Uh-huh, yeah. I feel like the hammer is not that good because I'm barely able to hurt it anyway, and when I do hurt it, I want it to be big damage. Like, I'm not getting that many hits in, so when I do get a hit in, I want it to be more hurtful to its feelings. Let me dodge, please. You hit me, and then I hit dodge, and then I get to dodge. That's how it should play out. Uh-huh. I hear you. I hear what you're saying. I just don't like what you're saying. You see? Okay, okay. Come on, come on. Yep. Good. Big, long attack. I don't like you. You are not very likable as a person. If you were a person, you wouldn't be, at least. But you're not a person. You're an AI, and at that, you're a tiger AI. Alright. Yep, I'll take that. I won't take that, however. Uh-huh. Thanks. Thanks for that. Thanks for that a lot. This is terrible. I hate this boss fight. It's just such a slow fight, and you don't get to hit it that much. And when you do, you're still in danger of being hit. This is awful. I hate this. More, please. I could use summoning, but I don't want to summon for these playthroughs. I want to be able to do it on my own self. By my own self. Pattern recognition kick in. Maybe if I didn't have the shield up and I had to just learn to dodge at the right time, maybe that would do some good for me. Yeah, I knew that that was happening, but I was being dumb anyway. Thanks for your incredibly wide hitbox, you fat cat. Literal fat cat. Thank goodness the grab did not grab me, because I was already hurt and on the ground. Okay. Yes. That is exactly what I wanted to do. Huh? That worked before! You jerk. You jerk of a game. This game is a madness monster. It will drive you into madness. And monsterdom. Yeah, Don't get close to that. Just 2 or 3 more swipes. Not that kind of swipe. Good, yes. I lowered my shield in order to get my stamina back, but apparently that was not the right idea. At that moment... Where are you going? You're looking away from me. Hello? Is your brain in today? Yes. The end of big, stupid, little tiger person. Stupid, stinky tiger. Also known as Ava, the king's pet. The pet of the king. Oh, look, a door. Where could that door go? I know where it goes. You don't, but I do. Look at all that kingdom covered in snow. All that kingdom we cannot see because there's too much snow. We could get about 3 levels at this point, I believe. Feels like that's a skeleton, the bonfire is. But anyway, I'm gonna pop up these souls. It really stinks that you can't use that Estus shard. It's like, why give it to me if I can't use it? Anywho, there's a chest over there we cannot open at all. And then there's the queen. No items in huge, massive room. This room looks a lot like the one room in Lothric Castle at the very, very top with the princes in it. Looks kind of like that.
To think Ava could be bested. Who are you?
I'm me.
This land is barren. Cursed by the old chaos. It gave birth to it until our Lord. My dear Lord. It was with his magic and contained the spread, but the chaos would not be seen.
So basically, pretty much the bed of chaos or something like that is underneath this place. But it grew out of control, and the king tried to contain it with all these walls and whatever. But it failed eventually, I guess. And now all the snow is keeping it in, probably.
Inevitably, the king was drained of vigor. The Leam Lois was frozen. I remain here. Perhaps there is no. I have that my dear Lord might be freed from that unspeakable. I have.
Anyway, she's like, please kill the king,
And please.
because that would be a mercy to him. And now all the frozen stuff is unfrozen, yay! And look, there's a night guy over here. And there are 3 other chairs for night guys.
The Leam Lois is faithful, but not one of them. The king
So let's go find the other night guys,
But it was too.
while also clearing up what we could not get before. But first, of course, we level. Because we have like 3 or 4 levels to put into something. Vessel shield. What's the vessel shield? That shield? It raises certain stats. How about that? I guess I'm gonna upgrade magic stuff. Because my helmet needs some magic. Requires 14 brain power. Woo! Is that the king up there? Has a weird face. Or maybe it's just a weird angle for the statue to be viewed at. Bearer until. I am the bearer until, but until when am I the bearer? So... where's my intelligence? 11. I need like 3 more for my helmet to be attuned to me correctly. But now we go back through the entire area. Yay! Backtracking. You played the area once, and that was alright, right? We'll go play through it again. Extreme backtracking. Yeah. I'm gonna pop one of these, because why not? How many other healing items do I have? Spell uses, spells. I guess I have all the... oh! Dried roots. HP restoration. There you go. I am full of HP restorers. I cannot fit any more on the bar. One nice thing about having to play through this area again is that you can actually see the area now. And all of its little janky details that look horrible. Like that down there. What on earth is that even supposed to be? It looks like that's just floating above a pit of nothing. You can see all of the jankiest little details. Yay! And then there's... This wasn't a shortcut. I guess the shortcut is elsewhere. And this is just a chest. Or is it? There's a letter or... Soul flash. Flash your soul. North Wardor. Armor. So now you can look at, like, the enemies, I suppose. These ladies will now stand up. At least eventually they will. So kill the women immediately. Okay, thanks backstabs for not working again. Works just as well as it ever has. Which is not. It has never worked. What is that? What's that over there? Curiouser and curiouser, sir. Thanks, wall. Incredible. How did just only 2 of those things hit? My sword is huge and has massive sweepings. All of you come at me all at once. Immediately. How come that guy aggroes, but you guys don't? You're closer to me. Come over here, you cowards. Okay. Yep, Now I'm the cowards. Strategically, though, I'm a strategic coward. Strategic cowardice will keep you alive. Can I parry you? Thank you. Thank you kindly. The parries look so weird in this game. Where's the thing that I'm missing? I feel like there should be something I'm missing. Because all this ice was gonified. I guess that's what I was missing, that one item. Sir, die quicker, please. I have a schedule to attend to. Why can you damage me while I'm killing this other fellow? 0 damage runs of this game must be nigh impossible to do. Yet some people do it anyway. Those foolish souls. Theirs are the darkest of souls. Arrgh. Come at me, you weirdo. That really does not do much damage, does it? At least compared to his health bar. But I suppose they have like over 1,000 HP. So it's probably alright. Here's a whole new zone area with an elevator that doesn't move your camera. Because it's an elevator. And it just moves differently, I suppose, to everything else. These guys stink. They're like the wheel skeletons, but worse. Because you... apparently, you can just touch them to get hurt. Yay. Stinking icy hedgehogs. I see hedgehogs, but I don't want to. Little summon sign. Twilight Herb. Just attack before you can be attacked, I suppose. Dark Spirit has appeared. Now this Dark Spirit will act like a friend, but do not be confused. It is not a friend. Is that the Dark Spirit? Up there? Walking all confusedly? Now this creature, that was in the Dark Lurker caves. There you are. Hexer Nikolai. Don't stand near. Chaos, chaotic, very chaotic. Killing you with chaos, of course. Alliteration is of course always accepted. If you can call that alliteration. But huzzah! I have killed the Dark Intruder. Does not open. When does it ever open? Get off your high horse, magic lady. Come down and meet me at my level. Now there is another guy around here that does try to act like your friend, but is not your friend. I guess I just have to run up the ladder, do I? Plunging attack? Oh. Why does it always miss? 2,000 experience. That's a good amount of experience for these silly little thingies. Now who's back here? Nothing, just a weird corridor that leads to a hole in the environment. You know, as you do. Just some bolt stones in case you haven't upgraded your weapons already at this point, I suppose. Now that looks like N64 textures right there, kinda. That's where we have to go in order to get up there, I think. But I'm gonna check first. Oh, bonfire. Who knows why there's a bonfire over here? But it's acceptable. I will accept it. Yeah, here he is. He acts like a friend, but he is not a friend. He will always try to backstab you. And for some reason he has like 5,000 health. So he runs away, you forget about him for a bit, and then you go further, you open something, and he tries to backstab you. I think that he tries to run through this big huge door over here, but if it's not open, then I suppose he can't get through it. And it's better to fight him over here because there's a mini boss beyond that door. I see your health bar appearing over there. There you are, you coward. Stop being cowardly, like me. Yes, yes, run away, run away. You see, this simulates Dark Souls Online PvP matches. Because they always go down like this sometimes. Some of the time. They always go down like this some of the time. Now where's he going? Seems like he might just have like a couple of places that he goes to. Which is good for me. Thank you for completely missing, sir. And now he is at rest. Once and hopefully for all. But anyway, it's time to take on the mini-boss, which is the Jabba the Hutt boss from earlier. This is where that white NPC that we just killed usually tries to fight you. But as you can see, this guy comes out. And this guy is a stupidly easy boss, but trying to fight him with a slightly tough NPC, it's like double, it's double your trouble for half the, or just the regular benefits. Why? How? Why was there a shockwave there? Why did it last so long? Do not embed me in the wall. You might glitch me through the world. Goodbye, Jabba the Hutt. Ivory warrior ring. What is an ivory warrior ring? And what does it do? Is it made of ivory? Attacks greatly reduce enemy stamina. That sounds incredibly useless to me. But hey, dried roots, get your healing items in. Get all your healing items. Large club +8. Because I guess they want you to try out the large club. Where did I come in? Did I come in from this way? I did. That's the ledge. I got very turned around there. That usually doesn't happen. I see the hedgehog. I see he can really move. He's got an attitude. He's the iciest thing alive. Now the right way is the correct way, but this way is a shortcut way, supposedly. Supposedly short. We can now pretty much run straight from the bonfire into here. Oh, look at golems. Like that one Lord of the Rings game. Oh, look. He's moving in low frame rate mode, because when enemies are far enough away from you, they move at a lower frame rate in order to keep the game running better. Good one, NPC, good one. Come at me. Forlorn. Of course he's forlorn. Why wouldn't he be? In this game of all games. He tried to backstab me there, and I think it would have worked too. I don't know how that damaged me so much. I think that this weapon, the way it works is it tries to go around shields. His weapon, I mean. Attack so that I can dodge you, please. Okay. It's fun when I dodge the backstab, but not when he does. Thank you for dying, sir. Do die again. I suppose I should use repair powder to repair my powder. To repair my stuff. That's all of it. Back up and running. If you kill an enemy next to these golems, they activate. But thankfully they still have their health bar when they're unactivated. Oh look. You should totally be able to go through there, but I suppose you can't. Look at his 5 frames per second animations. Come at me, slowest thing alive. Two hedgehogs and a golem, all at the same time, I see. Oh, I guess that's your aggravation range. Thank you for making it so short for me, Sir Sire. How did that hurt me? How did it do that? Somehow I feel like my shield did not make much of a difference there. Come on, hedgehog, where are you? I saw you. Charcoal pine resin. There's 2 more hedgehogs. Come at me. And hopefully away from the golem. The Lord of Ring golem. That was a big difference in damage there between the hammer and the not hammer. I suppose because the hammer is half lightning now, some enemies it just does a lot less damage on than others. Because if they're not lightning weakness, if they don't have a weakness to lightning, then it won't do as much. Fall to your knees. Pharos Lockstone this late in the game. Incredible. What an incredible reward. I suppose that's for people who went into the DLC without having any Pharos Lockstones left. And then now you can open that one Lockstone area we saw earlier. There should be a few enemies around here. Yeah, 3 of them. We don't have to fight those ones, however. See that snowball? It will destroy all of them in an instant. Using very cartoonish logic. Yeah, come at me. Okay, not in a way that actually kills me. You have failed your one job today, Hedgehog. Okay. I was backstabbing him. Don't damage me while I'm backstabbing him. I'm in the animation. I can't do anything else. Very unfair. You can now do nothing but this animation, but will still hurt you anyway. There are multiple walls around the city. But shouldn't all the walls kind of be focused on that area? Because under that castle is where the king is. Very low poly area. But shouldn't all... There are tons of walls around seemingly that area over there. Why not put more of the walls around the actual castle itself, which is the place that needs the most protecting? Because you don't want to let the king out with all the chaos energy. But who cares about storytelling in this DLC that tries to tell you a story? Item? Item? No item. No item, but an item instead. But wait. Here? No item there, just more item. Here we have one of the knights that we're looking for. One of the 3 other knights. And there he goes. Homeward boning. Snowball. Where's the prompt? Give me the prompt for the snowball. Give me... I guess I just hit it. There you go. And look, it grows and grows exponentially somehow. Kills all the enemies. And fills the entire gap in the bridge. Incredible, incredible. Dark Souls 2 game designers. We're Looney Tunes up in here, we are. But anyway, now that we've gotten one of those guys, I believe that's a good place to end things for now, because we're over an hour already. But I'll grab these items before signing off. We get a new staff, a new Radiant Life Gem, and a cracked red eye orb. And I stand triumphant atop the snow. That's the word. That's the right word for it. I cannot speak correctly. Oh no. The brain has scrambled me. The game has scrambled me brain.